Well, I guess it couldn't get worse being a Bears fan right now. Our offensive guru head coach has scored 13 points or less more times than John Fox did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to get into that. I'll just be brutally clear. Zero thought of throwing the football, zero thought of running the football. You understand me?
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
What's up, guys? Zay from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you guys the cover 2 defense, in particular the 2-4-5 odd pinch 2 worse.
Oh, already?
Let's go ahead and get into it. What we're going to be taking a look at is go to your playbook and go into the concept tab. So offensively, you're going to go to passing concept and you're going to go over to medium pass. And the concept that you're going to want to look for is known as smash. So you go ahead and hit the right bumper a few times. Depending on your playbook, you may have more concepts in the medium pass concept bucket than others, but the formation or the concept that you're going to want to look for rather is known as smash. And you're going to see a lot of bench. You're going to see a lot of smash concepts in here. They're very, very similar. Essentially what you're getting with this is a shallow sideline route with a medium sideline route over the top of it. And both of these routes are going to be in areas of the field that isolate the flat defender in a cover 2 defense, or in the case of today's video, we're going to be talking about the 2-4-5 odd. So what we're going to be looking for here is a simple spread smash out of doubles, meaning you have a hitch on the outside and you have a corner on the inside. Now, as you guys know, the nickel 2-4-5 odd in the Chicago Bears playbook, as well as I believe 1 or 2 other playbooks, is the most popular defense right now because of the play pinch 2.
Not necessarily a right or wrong answer, other than I think that I know going into this year, I feel really good with where I'm at as a play caller.
Most players will run this play base align and pressed. Some may set their cloud flats to a specific depth, but in general, the reason people like to run this is that they believe that they can take this running effort right at your guard with either linebacker. So they'll stand right here, kind of outside the defensive end, and then they'll run down here right at the guard when the ball's snapped. And a lot of times what that causes is a miscommunication in that you're going to have the offensive line kind of look at the user, and it invites an edge rusher free off the edge, or at the very, very minimum causes a lot of pass off logic and disengages that cause pressure on the quarterback. Now, that is why today's video, in which we're going to be talking about the smash concept, is so good, because what we've got is a quick snap option that's going to allow you to very, very easily throw a hitch to the outside to one of your outside receivers. So I chose the Tennessee Titans for this particular play because their gun spread is a 2x2, and you've got the same concept on both sides: outside hitch, inside slot receiver. Now, on the cover 2 base defense, whether it's a Tampa 2 or a cover 2 blitz, you've got these cloud flat defenders. These cloud flat defenders are responsible for basically playing back underneath of the corner and rallying down to the underneath throw on the sideline, which is what we're going to do right here. Now, the thing is, a lot of players online will actually set their zone drops so that their cloud flats drop far deeper than a stock cloud flat rule, meaning that if you leave the zone drops alone, the cloud flat will kind of drop back to like 10, 12, maybe 15 yards with that corner route that's going to break over the top and behind them. And then they rally back down to the throw underneath, and you're still going to pick up probably 6 to 10 yards on the throw to the outside. Now, if they have them set to 25 yards, what ends up happening is the player in the cloud flat goes and stands at the landmark 25 yards away, in which case right here, the ball being spotted on the 30, they would just basically go back here and stand on the 5-yard line. Well, that's going to give you a ton of room on the outside to work with if they're standing that far back. And a lot of players will actually go ahead and set their cloud flats to 30 because most of the good corner routes that players like to throw require that you be in a 30-yard zone. So now that we've broken down how this works, let's go ahead and show you the high-low concept on both sides. You're just going to snap the football and you're going to go ahead and throw the route out underneath. You see right there that we were able to pick up about 7 yards. If you guys are enjoying this free YouTube content, I would strongly urge you to go over to my strategy website. GridironGamePlans.gg is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active, and access to our Discord server, where every single Wednesday, we have a live lab session covering the week's Vault content and any questions you guys have about Madden. So make sure you guys head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Now, that brings me to my next point. Depending on the type of corner route that you have, you're going to pick up a little bit more yards with one, meaning the slot apprentice corner. So if you guys have a Tom Brady or a slot apprentice style receiver, the flat slot apprentice corner is actually better because it pulls the cloud flat back sooner. You saw in this example that when we went to throw this, we had to wait substantially longer because of this particular corner route. So in this regard, you actually have the ability to throw this corner route down and outside over the top of that cloud flat because it is a very, very steep corner. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you a couple more times here with these steep corners, and then we're going to switch over to the same concept when we use a slot apprentice, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and do this again here. This time I'm going to put the ball on a hash because I also want to introduce the fact that I find that the smash concept is actually a little bit better on the short side of the field because it allows you to pull back the vertical hook a little bit better and gives you the ability to deliver this throw. So again, we're going to throw to Julio, and you see here how we can throw that ball out underneath, and that ends up being 11 yards. Just a simple pitch and catch to the outside. All you need is time. So this 2x2 spread is really, really solid in that we just block our running back and we can throw the corner out underneath them. Now I'm going to put the ball on the other side of the field. I do want to go into the instant replay menu here and kind of break this down for you. So again, here, when we look at the short side of the field, we have this vertical hook that really runs out with the corner route and stays underneath of it. We're talking about the left side of the field here. So you take a look at number 46 in white. He's playing underneath that corner route. Meanwhile, the cloud flat is staying on the back of the hitch, but backpedaling to respect the verticality of number 18 in blue, running the corner over the top of him, which makes delivering this throw to Julio Jones so simple because that player is not in position to rally to that. Now, if we were to go ahead and rewind this and look to the other side of the field, so the wide side, you take a look at this vertical hook. He kind of basically in this situation, kind of respects the verticality of that route. I mean, you definitely have the corner route breaking out. If you could throw that ball to the pylon there, you could kind of throw the ball to number 11 as well. We'll go ahead and show it to you again here. Let me put the ball back on that hash. I do believe in general that the wide side smash concept is a little bit less consistent. That's just my opinion. But again, we'll go ahead and show this to you here. Here's our tight end, and there you go. You saw why the 2-4-5 odd is so good. And this is why I like this again to the short side of the field a little bit more, because in the event that they do get, a fluky disengage or anything like that, you can get the ball out quickly, which is great. So again, here as we kind of run this, again, you see how this looks. You could throw this ball out there, but it takes a lot longer to develop. So that's kind of the drawback to throwing this concept to the wide side of the field as opposed to the short side of the field. Now let's go ahead and put Tom Brady on the field.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Okay, so now we've got Tom Brady, who has the hot route master, and I want to illustrate to you guys how much better the slot apprentice corner is than the actual steep corner that is found in this particular spread formation. Again, the playbook that we are in is the Tennessee Titans, but this concept again can be found throughout any playbook in the game. You're going to find a twins or a double smash concept with an outside hitch and a corner route of some type. So again, here's spreadwise slot, and I'm going to look at the play known as smash, or actually I'm going to go into gun spread. We'll call the play known as smash. So now here with Tom Brady, we have the ability to take those steep corners. Again, you see that these corner routes in the slot, they really break at a pretty steep angle. If we want to, we could use Tom Brady's hot route master and put those players on corners. And you see that they get into the sideline a lot sooner and a lot flatter. And what you're going to notice with this is that this is going to make those outside hitches far more quickly available to your quarterback. So you're gonna see here when we throw this, you could actually get this ball out far sooner. Now, again, 2-4-5 odd is a beast of a defense. It sheds faster than arguably any formation in Madden. But the thing that's great about this is that you at least have the ability to get this ball out rather quickly. So again, you see right here, we're gonna throw this ball to X, get it to him, and then we're able to catch it, turn, and run forward. If you notice that in the example where we were,
you got to have a why as to how you do it. And I think we didn't really know the exact amount of plays that. Got to make sure that we communicate as to the whys, why that happened.
If you notice in the example where we were using the Titans, we actually had to wait longer to get the ball to Julio or to AJ Brown. And then we actually didn't have a ton of time after the catch to turn around and get yards after the catch. Whereas in this example where we're using these flatter corner routes, this is actually something that you will be able to get the ball to them quickly and be able to get yardage after the catch as well. So you're gonna see here, I'm gonna go ahead and get this ball out to B, and then we catch and turned, and I ran up to 12 yards before first contact. So the slot apprentice or the hot route master corners really get into these cover 2 cloud flats a lot better, in my opinion, than these steeper corner routes. Now, the benefit of these steeper corner routes still exists against the cover 2 defense. So I'm gonna back this up here, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. So these steeper corner routes are amazing from what is called 3-by-1, whereas the flat corners are better for smash and 2-by-2. So when we talk about 3-by-1, we're talking about motion. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Antonio Brown here, and I'm gonna motion him across the formation to create what would be a 3-by-1. So 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Now, in terms of protection with this, it's kind of up to you what you want to do with your backside receiver. I think that running him to the corner is great because it creates a split of the 2 deep half safeties, and Antonio Brown can be a seam runner, especially against this style of play. So again, as we talk about this meta, we're focused on the fact that, again, we are creating a high-low with the corner and the hitch on the cloud flat to the wide side of the field. We are also now creating, with the 3-by-1 smash, a left-right conflict for Thompson, the deep half safety. He has to respect the width of the corner route while expecting the narrowness or the seam route of Antonio Brown. Now, you would say typically that why couldn't Thompson get over to the corner, and then you have this deep half in Budda Baker that cheats over to the seam? Well, the reason we leave our backside corner is because that makes Budda Baker have to drop back and stay closer to the numbers. So this really opens up the inside ball out of 3-by-1 to the seam runner. And you'll notice that some really good spread players use this style of motion against the cover 2 blitz because of how it allows you to have the ball down the seam. So you see right here, you can go ahead and throw this ball to Antonio Brown. And again, once again, you saw how if you hold on to the ball against this defense, it does shed very, very quickly. But you do have the ability at least to go ahead and put Antonio Brown on that seam, and if he's able to clear behind that player, you're going to be in really, really good shape. So if you kind of focus on the fact that most players kind of run with this guy down towards the line of scrimmage to generate their disengage or guaranteed pressure, that actually makes throwing the inside pass lead off the line to Antonio Brown a little bit more viable for you. Whereas if you're holding onto the ball here, it might be a little bit tougher to wait on the seam runner. Again, if I show this to you, you watch Antonio Brown. At this point, you can't actually throw the inside pass lead, and you see how that ends up being what could have been a quick one-play touchdown if you have, a speedier receiver than Antonio Brown. But again, I'll go ahead and show this. And this doesn't really sacrifice your ability to run the smash concept, meaning, actually throwing the ball out to Evans. The other thing to mention about soft squat zones is that soft squat zones do not play soft squat against trips. So they're going to automatically play cloud flats. So if you're facing someone that does play soft squats and that's sitting underneath on that hitch route, you can actually make them drop back into a cloud flat by motioning to trips like I'm doing here in this example. So again, here as we snap this football, you can go ahead and get this ball out to X just as easily. You see, once again, that's 11 yards, 11, 12, 13 yards on this throw. And this really stresses the most popular defense in the game with something so simple. Because if you kind of imagine, you really have to sacrifice the guaranteed pressure out of this formation to stop a smash concept. It either comes from setting this guy into a, man coverage on Evans, or it comes from maybe putting him into a purple zone set to 0, which means that you're no longer guaranteeing edge pressure. Or maybe it comes from having to user, you know, out on the flat with this user. Say you're blitzing, you have to get out here and manually user. Well, I mean, that's going to open up so many routes. It could be a backside crosser. It could be a seam runner where the user should be. It could be a number of different things. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video breaking down the smash concept. It's really, really simple. Go find it in your playbook, install it. Again, just go to medium passing, go over to smash, and just look for a hitch on the outside in a slot corner. Even better if you can hot route master or slot apprentice it into a regular corner like I showed you here with Tom Brady. You guys will be moving the ball easily against the nickel 2-4-5 odd. If you guys liked today's video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. I'd love to see them. Be sure you guys check out Gridiron. Again, $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website. If you like this tip, you're going to love what's on the website. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there on the website and in the Gridiron Discord channel. If not, we'll see you guys right back here tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.